What's up, guys? Welcome back to another Destiny 2 Season of the Arrivals video. And today I'm going to be going over a new sword that has come with the season called Temptation's Hook. Now, what's very interesting about this sword in particular is that it follows the traits of an exotic sword back in Destiny 1 called the Bolt Caster. Basically, if you are on the ground and you use your heavy attack, it actually launches like an arc lightning, like saw, whatever you want to call it, at the enemy, and it can track them to a degree, and it just... Man, it is freaking awesome to have a sword like this back. And just a small gripe on my end here. In Destiny 1, Boltcaster was an exotic, but this sword is a legendary sword. So you're telling me the darkness can give us the same weapon, but, like, not waste the exotic... Never mind. I'm just going to shut up now. First, let's go over PvE. Now, obviously, this is the style of how I do things, but if I pull up the perk pool here... Again, there's not a lot of options. The thing is that I think the interesting thing with swords is that, especially when it comes to, I guess, like what type of blade you want, obviously I think a lot of people end up opting for more damage and having less ammo. And then for the guard, it's interesting how swords work now because you can't just constantly spam the powered attack. You have to wait for it to recharge. So some people are kind of like getting on the point of having that powered attack be able to recharge faster, and so you can do that with certain guards. When it comes to trade column number 1 and number 2, I feel like everybody goes with something like Whirlwind Guard because you can obviously do more damage, like the more light attack, well, more attacks you get in general. And then the other two perks in trade column number 1, you can get ammo back on heavy attacks and ammo back on light attacks. So I feel like those are just going to be the main ones overall for this entire video. Yes, you have something like Vorpal Weapon and Surrounded, but I think Whirlwind Blade just ends up winning out regardless. But in PvE, I will admit this, it is definitely not the best sword in the current meta when it comes to damage and stuff like that, but I will give it that it does have, for a sword, it does have a ranged attack. You can literally launch the heavy attack at an enemy from far away. You don't have to be up close in the engagement. Like, let's say you get Whirlwind Guard up to ×5 by killing some adds, and then you want to do, you know, some extra damage to a boss or a mini-boss, then you launch the powered attack at the boss, and boom, the arc damage, storm, saw, whatever you want to call it, does extra damage to that boss. Which, you know, again, it's all about just running certain strats and what your build is like and everything like that. But again, the one advantage the sword does have over, I guess, every other sword, it does have that ranged attack. Now, when it comes to something like PvP, I feel like this is more of an entertainment weapon more than anything, because like, swords in PvP in and of itself are not fantastic. I think, obviously, one of the best ones that I really like is Black Talon, which Black Talon is also another one of those swords that does have a, quote-unquote, a ranged attack and everything like that. And, man, I don't know. I don't use swords very often. Like, I enjoyed using Black Talon back in the day. But again, everybody ends up opting with something like Warcliffe Coil, a rocket launcher, machine gun, something of that nature, right? Because swords, you have to be up close, and if you get up close, that means shotguns, and if it means shotguns, you're going to get dropped in one hit regardless anyway. I will give it that the entertainment value is high, especially if you can launch it at a good distance and still hit somebody. It is extremely entertaining. The problem is that, obviously, with PvP, it is kind of fast-paced to a degree, so if you mess up the launch of the sword and you miss, you basically just wasted your ammo there, which is massively unfortunate. And I understand, like, people are like, oh, people miss rockets all the time. I don't know, it just stings more if you're trying to use something like fun and fancy with the sword and you just miss. You're like, ah, dang, I just wasted that entire thing of ammo trying to hit this guy from halfway across the map with the sword. Gambit wise, I wouldn't take it into the Gambit. There's just too many better options when it comes to the PvE and the PvP side of things. In my opinion, like, this, I feel like the sword is more for entertainment value more than anything. Like, it was kind of like the same thing in Destiny 1 with Boltcaster, right? Boltcaster, obviously, freaking cool-looking sword. It was an exotic. But was it one of the weapons that everybody was like, oh, we have to use this because this is, like, one of the best weapons? No. Now, entertainment value, 100%. Now, it does have some good perks, like I mentioned on it, like Whirlwind Guard and being able to get ammo back on heavy hits or light attack hits. Like, obviously, that's going to be good for the sword. That's just, you know, good perk choosing. But again, I think, in my opinion, the sword is more for entertainment value more than anything, in my opinion. But I would highly recommend getting it before the season's over. It is freaking hilarious to use, and if you can use it right, go for it.
Alright guys, looks like we're at the end of the video. Just wanted to cover 3 things with you. Number 1, about support. If you're looking for the #1 best way to support me, there's a link below that'll take you to a 4-minute video that I made a while ago. If you want to go watch that, that'd be awesome. If not, it's definitely not going to hurt my feelings. You can also subscribe to the channel, like this video, share this video, Follow me on social media with the links below and all that great jazz. Number 2, regarding social media, I have a Facebook page, Twitter, Instagram, Discord, and a few others. If you would like to keep up to date on Destiny 2 related content, be sure to use those links below to find me on those platforms. And number 3, going over the clan, if you're looking to join my clan, we have some spots open on all platforms. We're looking for active players and community members in the Destiny community. And typically we like to play casual PvE and PvP a majority of the time. I'm definitely all about that solo grind, but I'm willing to definitely play with people in the community, like definitely willing to do that. If you're looking to join, there's a link to the clan page on the Bungie.net site below, and all you have to do is request to join and I'll approve it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. We'll catch you next time.